Hey, before we get into today's episode, I want to shine a light on the episode's sponsors. Let me introduce you to a game changer in the world of content creation, Opus Clips. Imagine a powerful app that transforms your longer videos into engaging bite-sized reels that not only capture attention, but also promote your brand, your business, or even you. Most of you have seen the Beyond Business reels of past guests or even me flowing through your feed as you scroll. I love to take credit for the hard work of editing, captioning, and posting to multiple platforms multiple times per week, but Opus Clips does it all for me. With Opus Clips, you don't have to be a video editing whiz to create stunning clips that resonate with your audience. This intuitive app does all the heavy lifting for you, automatically crafting highlights that shine, perfect for social media, marketing campaigns, or simply sharing your creative genius with the world. Are you ready to elevate your content game? Well, head over to the link in the description or scan the QR code right here and unlock the full potential of Opus Clips. Let your creativity flow and watch your engagement soar. Scan the code so it'll stay open in your browser until you finish watching this episode. And when it gets done, start creating captivating reels today. Your brand deserves to shine, and Opus Clips is here to help do just that. If you're looking for top-notch drone services, look no further. Aerial Elite Solutions specializes in providing high-quality aerial imagery and data for a variety of industries, including real estate, construction, agriculture, telecom, and more. Whether you need stunning photos to showcase a property, detailed site surveys for your construction projects, or captivating footage of your event, Aerial Elite Solutions has the expertise and cutting-edge technology to deliver exceptional results. Their team of skilled professionals is dedicated to capturing breathtaking visuals that elevate your projects and help you see things from a whole new perspective. With Aerial Elite Solutions, you're not just getting a service, you're getting a partner committed to bringing your vision to life. So if you're ready to take your business to new heights, literally, reach out to Aerial Elite Solutions today. You can visit them online at flyaes.com, aerialelitesolutions.com, or give them a call at 217-330-7226 to learn how they can help transform your projects with their drone services. As we all know, storm season can bring unpredictable weather, and protecting your home, family, or business is more important than ever. That's where Midwest Lightning Rods is here to help. With nearly 100 years of experience in the lightning protection system design and installation industry, they are the trusted experts keeping your property safe from the dangers of lightning strikes. Midwest Lightning Rods specializes in creating customized solutions tailored to your specific needs, ensuring your home is a safe haven during the storms. Their dedicated team understands the importance of safety and offers free estimates to help you decide the best protection for your property. Don't leave safety to chance. Reach out to Midwest Lightning Rods today and give yourself the peace of mind at knowing you're well protected. Visit lightningstrikes-weprotect.com or give them a call at 217-872-4676 to learn more about how you can become part of the community that's been protected by Midwest Lightning Rods. Big thank you to the sponsors for supporting the podcast, helping us bring this great content. And now, here's what you've been waiting for. Let's get it.
Welcome to Beyond Business, where stories come alive. With guests from every corner, we're ready to dive. New episode every 5 days, new voices to share. Laughs and insights, we're all in this affair. Beyond Business, come take a seat. Join the conversation, it's a journey that's sweet. Life lessons learned and laughter from the heart. With every episode, we're making a start.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Beyond Business. Joining me today is a health and fitness coach, as well as the owner of Downtown Fitness here in Decatur. Thanks for joining me, Dave WINHOLTZ, man.
Yeah, glad to be here.
Yeah, for sure.
Thanks for having me
I just figured I should do that part. Right?
Knock that out right out of the bat.
Wait a minute. I was like, wait a minute.
Just jump into the conversation.
Let me get back. Yeah. No. So I like to do a thing on this show, just kind of start in the same place with everyone, right? Obviously, you have a gym and you're a coach here. At least your roots are here locally. I'm pretty sure what you're doing is reaching wherever the internet reaches. But
yes.
Where'd you go to? Did you grow up around this area?
Yeah, born and raised. I went to MacArthur High School. I actually went to 3 different high schools. So
Okay.
I went to a high school freshman year MacArthur.
Okay.
Then I went to Sullivan for my sophomore year.
Okay.
I went down to Murfreesboro, which is about 5 hours south, for my junior year, and then back to MacArthur for my senior year.
Just family moving around and you're going where you're supposed to go, or how'd that work?
A little bit of a morbid topic, but my parents passed away. So
Okay.
when my father passed away in my freshman year of high school, I went to live with my brother in Sullivan.
Okay.
And then coming back to Decatur for the summer, my grandfather passed away. So then I went to Murfreesboro with my grandmother. And then I came back to Decatur when my mother passed away. And that's whenever I finished my high school year in MacArthur. Yeah.
Goodness.
Yeah.
So-
But, you know, everybody always gives you the same condolences and apologies whenever you talk about something like that. But the first thing I always tell people is, first off, it's 20 years ago. You know,
Right.
Something like that has happened in everybody's lives, where
Yeah.
a deep emotional impact. But the next thing is that I wouldn't be the person I am today had that not happened. And I love myself. I'm very happy with who I am right now, and I love my life. So those are things I can be grateful for.
For sure. I just think, and you have to even be able to do it as you say that. If you were to have someone tell you that, you would go,
Yes.
you want a hug? Or what?"
Yes, I get that. I do.
I mean, granted, 20 years ago, yeah, you bounced back like a champ, but
Well,
yeah.
it does change you, though, and it actually changes the way you look at things like that. So what I always like to look at is, like, who are you now because of that? And it gives you a very introspective, like, personal relationship with somebody whenever you approach it from a different, don't give me condolences. I mean, it's like when something like that happens in your life and you get all these Facebook messages and text messages from people you haven't talked to in a very long time, you get that feeling of like, you know, the last thing I want is...
This isn't the attention I...
Yeah,
Right.
I don't want a bare minimum conversation with somebody I haven't talked to in years. This is the last thing I could think of that I would want.
Right.
So it gives you a chance to really explore, okay, who are you now because of that? And I think that conversation 5 years after something deeply emotional happens in your life is 10 times more powerful than, let's say something horrible happens to you and I reach out on the spot and I'm like, oh, hey, man, I hope everything's okay.
Yeah, you're like, well, it's fucking not okay. Because,
Exactly.
Right. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. No, it's not
Glad
okay.
you're hoping that. Yeah. For your thoughts. Thanks for sending your thoughts.
Thoughts
They
and
made all
prayers.
my...
Yeah.
There's a stand-up comedian that did a bit like that. Like, I'll send my prayers, but you want me to send my thoughts? Like, dirt bikes,
Yeah.
pizza. Wait, what? Right? Oh, that was just my thought. No. Well, not even to make light of it, but yeah, I think you nailed it. I mean, whether it be something that traumatic or, you know, everybody's worst situation is their worst situation.
Yes.
So a lot of people, I mean, you know, go down a really bad, wrong, negative,
Yes.
you know, poor me. And let's be honest. Okay, freshman to senior. So you're talking 13, 14 to 16, 17, 18. The value on actual existence of life isn't even a thing.
You're right.
Unless you're faced with, you know what I mean? It's like if you lose your pet, that sucks really bad. But to go through something like that, that's tough. Was it disease or?
My father was a very aggressive smoker.
Okay.
And my mother had a birth defect whenever she was younger that just led to a lot of health issues.
Right.
And my grandfather was an old man.
Yeah.
You know, he
Just
lived
life.
a great life. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So you come back, you graduate high school.
Yep.
Did you, when you were in high school bouncing around, did you play sports or did you work or did you do both? Or were you like, no, I was just trying to not have people pass away on the clock?
Well, I did both. I did. I worked and went to school, and I went to school. I played sports in high school. I played football and I ran track. And we did a lot of off-season lifting.
No matter where you went, did you play at all the schools you went to?
More in Sullivan than any other place, just because, I mean, MacArthur, there were a lot more people on the field. And I'm not going to sit there and tell you that I'm the greatest player ever.
I'm really
not.
Sullivan was like, oh, hell yeah.
Absolutely. A team of 20 people, I'm starting.
Both ways, baby.
Yes, sir. Let's go.
Can you play special teams too, or do you need water?
Right, yeah. Just let me get 5 yards, and everybody's, oh, he's the champ. MacArthur, I'm a good bench warmer. I can tell you that. I can
stay here at Sullivan.
Yeah.
Right. So what'd you do did you have a job, or did you, how'd that?
Odds and end jobs. There was a guy in Sullivan that it was this weird situation where basically it was like a manual labor kind of situation.
Yeah.
He would recruit a lot of kids to do manual labor for him, for people that he knew.
Sure.
And, obviously it's an under table kind of cash thing, but
also to help kids and help people, and
gave me work experience, and I loved it. Yeah. And whenever I was down in Murfreesboro with my grandmother, we did like random construction jobs along the same principle.
Okay.
So I helped put concrete down. I helped destroy buildings, random things like that. I mean, we'd clear it out and load dumpsters, and really anything I could do to make a buck.
There's value.
All about it.
I mean, there's value in figuring out when you're young. It might be what's more difficult nowadays with social media or access to phones and all that was like there's huge value in knowing how to use your hands and using tools, and everybody kind of associates it with a father, but it's like or a person.
Yeah. Well, I mean, now more than ever though. I mean, my brother is a pro at YouTube. Yeah. He can watch a YouTube video tutorial on doing something, take a car apart, fix an air conditioning unit, something like that. And he can follow that. And he can follow it. Yeah. If you can figure out that, you can master the world. That's
what I'm saying. So that's what Rodney and Walker and I were sitting here having a conversation about is you used to just not have resources, and you kind of just had to go, they don't have resources.
Yeah.
Now, I mean, I can dismiss myself for 30 days to my house with my iPad and legitimately become a professional in a lot of different things. You know what I mean?
Anything you need.
Yeah. I mean, if hours and study and is what it takes, then it's like, oh yeah, there's somebody made a video on it, which God bless all the people. I guess they want to get famous, but who the fuck? And you know how many things I've done that I'm like, I wish I would have made my own video because I forgot how I did.
Some people out there are just so inherently helpful too. Yes. And I absolutely love like the wide variety of community of people that you can find on the internet that are just willing to, hey, this is how you take a dryer apart. This is what's probably wrong with it.
Wrong model. Go back to the search. There's someone that took yours apart. That's crazy. But yeah.
I mean, I've fixed my washer, my dryer, my lawnmower, my weed whacker. I've done major and minor repairs all throughout the house, and all because of watching YouTube videos of some random person that's just like, this is how I did it.
I remember my parents are really involved in the church, and they were doing part of it was like I don't know, it's called a missions thing, but it was local. It was like called One Heart, Many Hands, where a bunch of the Nazarene churches get together and say, okay, this year we're going to, this specifically was Cincinnati. Mm-hmm. And so basically whoever set the stuff up ahead of time, they take a group, which my dad is, retired trades. I mean, he's taking gang boxes of tools and you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they're going to the hood, and usually be the older people who have been there, probably raised 3 generations. Well, their house has fallen down, and we go in there and fucking pop that bitch back to life. You know what I mean? Well, they get down there, and my mom calls and goes, okay, so we're hanging siding. I'm like, okay. And granted, at this time, I had never hung siding. I don't have a doubt I could figure it out, but I'm just going, okay, so you have the people to do that. Shouldn't be a problem. They go, yeah, but these are all like 2 tall 2-story houses, and we have an actual man lift here. And everyone's scared to get in it. Is there any way I could get you to come? And I'm going, I don't know how to do. Wait, how far is that? 5-hour drive? Yeah, I'll be there. Oh, by the time I got there, I was like, I'm calling out tools I need.
You know what I mean? Just watch videos on the drive.
That's all I did. I seriously watched like 4.5 hours. Like by the time the last video started, I knew what they should be doing. And it was like, all right, I'm straight.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it went perfect.
Good.
Yeah, it was like, no big deal. All right, cool.
Couple hours on YouTube.
You
and
guys
you're a pro.
you guys think I'm awesome? Yeah. Hey,
Right.
where's the sighting guy? I'm like, I have no idea. Oh, me. Right.
That's me.
Oh, that's me.
I'm the 4-minute charge. I'll take care of this.
Yeah. Where's the sighting guy? I don't know. They called me because he didn't show. Oh, I'm him. Oh, fuck. Okay.
Yep.
No, that's great. So you get out of high school, and do you go straight to college? Do you go to college?
Yep. College and then work in Target at the same time. So
Where'd you go to school?
Richland and Milliken.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like Richland for a couple years and then transferred over to Milliken. So you stuck around the whole time.
Yeah.
Okay. And what was did you get what you went for?
I did.
What'd you go for?
Not in the same, so it was a kinesiology study, but not in the same sense that you would think that I got a degree, because I got my degree, but it was more so this one specific internship that I did that changed my whole life and career. So during...
Did you see that when you started college or after you were going to college, this presented itself?
It was actually during college. So
Okay.
It was a requirement during summer, was a summer internship through a local gym.
Gotcha.
And so they give you a list of gyms, and they say that you can choose any of these gyms, and you kind of call around and you see who's up for it, who's feeling it. And I got a hold of one specific gym, and it was funny because it took me forever to get in there. And it was with a guy named Mike Lambden, a great guy. And I called up Club Fitness.
Mike?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I called up Club Fitness and I tried just to let them get me in the door. And I was like, if I can get in the door, I'm going to wow you. You know, 'cause I've got work ethic.
Right.
I may not know exactly what I'm doing, but I'll figure it out. And that's all I want to do is get in the door. And I kept calling. And they just kind of kept giving me the runaround. I mean, you know, you don't give somebody the time of day that just calls you and, hey, can I do an internship in your spot? No, I'm not interested in something like that. So I had this great plan to go there and just talk to them. And I figured lunch was the best time to go. Everybody's going to be sitting down and they're going to be eating. But what I didn't know is that lunch was actually their workout time. So when I went there, he was actually getting ready to work out. Now, he didn't know who I was. And he actually had expected another guy to show up that day for his immediate workout consultation. So he points to me and he says, oh, hey, bathroom's over there. Go ahead and get changed and come out here and I'll get you set up. Now, I wasn't about to disagree or tell him no for anything. I was just like, yep, you got her, sir. So I went to the bathroom, I got changed, I got out, and I'm ready.
So you had your gym clothes with you?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Well, I was already in my Target outfit because I was actually stopping off of work from Target, but I carried everything in a backpack. You never know. You never know.
You looked like, so at this point, you still don't even know what that.
No clue. Never met him, never introduced myself.
He just
thinks I'm somebody else.
I guess I'm rolling with this.
Yes, 100%. So I go and get changed, and this is when, I mean, CrossFit was at its peak.
Yeah.
100%, he was all for it. He was 100% dived into it. And I came out of the bathroom, and he's like, all right, so this is what we're going to do today. We're going to do clean and jerks. We're doing a push-up WOD along with that. We've got box jumps over here. You know what you're doing, right? Yes, sir. I absolutely know what I'm doing. You know, I'm not going to say no. So 20 minutes of the hardest workout. Now, mind you, I've worked out all throughout high school. I've worked out in college, and
he's putting you through it.
He's killing me.
On purpose.
Well, he thinks I'm just a new guy. He thinks I'm one of his new CrossFit members. He thinks
so he's trying to put you through it.
100%. Yeah. And he's just giving me this workout. I'm working right alongside with him. Workout gets done. I'm laying on the ground, pouring sweat. I'm dying. My bones and joints ache, and my muscles are tearing me apart. And
you're like, this guy still has no idea that we need to have a conversation.
Yes. He's
in
like,
a minute.
So this is what you normally do. You know, you do this about 2-3 times a week. We're going to get you in great shape. Your name's Steve, right? I'm like, no, sir. My name's David. I'm actually here for an internship. And from then on out, I mean, he kind of pulled me off to the side after that. And he was just like, so you just worked out. You just did what you were told. I wasn't going to say no. So, and I did my internship there. I learned more working under him and another guy named John than I learned all throughout college.
Oh, so that was your in.
That was it.
Being willing to say, wait, no, you're wrong person. You said, no, all right, I'm going to change. I'm going to.
Yep. He was just like, that takes balls.
That's great.
I was like, well, I think they're up in my stomach right now, but I had balls when I walked in here, buddy. But no, yeah.
So he's like, well, then you clearly have an internship.
Yeah. He had signed up for that program It's like there's a program called Silver Sneakers that you sign up for, like elderly people that, it gives them a discounted rate for your gym memberships and whatnot. And you sign up for all these memberships and programs and things like that, and kind of like a community outreach thing.
Right.
So he had signed up for that program through Richland. Probably, I guarantee you forgot that he had signed up for something like that. So me showing up at the door asking for an internship, he was like, okay, this guy's probably trying to sell me something. But that workout got me in the door to him giving me 15 minutes to just listen to what I was saying. And I was like, oh, yeah, no, I got this internship at Richland. Look, you're on this paper. And, oh, that's right. I did sign up for that. You're right. So.
Oh, so once it got past the you're not on bullshit, he was like, oh.
Yeah.
No one else makes it past that first part.
And who's going to turn down free labor anyway?
Right.
I mean, I'm coming in, I'm working for you, and it's just a program that I got to do.
Well, but in his mind, he's going, that free labor isn't a thing. So you're attached to some type of bullshit I'm not interested in.
Any business owner will tell you free labor is not a thing. So you don't trust it.
Yeah. Oh, well, that's perfect then.
Yeah.
So you, you just said it, free. So you're working at Target, you're working at the gym, but you're kind of, does there come a point in time where I guess as an owner, you can go, well, hey, your internship's done. I don't want you to go anywhere.
That's exactly what he said to me. Yeah, it's pretty much on that line. It was like, look, you can start tomorrow working for me if you want to. You can go back to that school, go back to college. You can finish your degree. You can come back and you can start your career here, or you can start tomorrow.
Whatever you want to do.
Yeah. And so I started tomorrow. I just started working there.
Right. Did you finish out? Okay, so you finished out at Milliken.
Yep.
So have you ever used your degree?
No.
Okay. That's a popular answer, but that's great.
Yeah.
However, I don't think you can replace kind of getting forced to deal with people and be punctual and be on time and get shit turned and just responsibilities,
that is stuff they do not teach you in school, is the minor details that make you look like a professional or look like someone that's going to waste my time.
Right. Well, and I think a lot of people, at least if you complete college, even though a lot of people don't take what they learned even away from the books, which is everything I just named, and really apply it. It's like, well, if you were responsible enough to, be a good student in college, then you have some work ethic and some structure that you're not even aware of because it's a habit.
Yes.
It's just like, oh, that's valuable. Very, very valuable. So you get done with Milliken. Now you're working at Club Fitness. And as what? You're there if people come in and they say they need a trainer, or I really don't know how it works. Do people walk in a gym and say, hey, I'm here, but I don't know what the fuck I'm doing?
That's pretty much it. You have to almost define your entire life based on your career. So my social media had to reflect that I was a personal trainer. I had to constantly have conversations with people about health and fitness, and not like I push it on them.
I don't know how old you are, but what age are you saying that you went full time into work? What year?
So this was
like, would you have say you went to like your club, Milliken was done and you were going to start working at the gym full time? Has it been
15 years ago, 16 years ago?
Okay.
So 2009, 2010.
Yeah. And you are, okay, like you said, everything has to reflect it. But so my question is, if you have a guy that you work for, are you allowed to bring in people that are your clients, but they don't have memberships there?
So everybody has to have a membership. And the membership basically covers your liability.
Right.
Because you sign a lot of paperwork that basically says that if you hurt yourself while you're working out, you can't sue me for what you've done.
Right. So you're saying part of me training you is you have to come to this gym.
Correct.
Oh, okay. That's pretty simple.
Yeah. So everybody has the membership. There's a lot of like nuanced details. So like in Illinois, for example, you don't have to have a license to be a personal trainer. It's dependent on the title that you call yourself, but you have to have insurance. You have to have, just a typical blanket insurance to cover the just in case something does happen kind of situation, because it could happen.
As a trainer, personally.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. And so you have to have that. CPR certification is also something that I always recommend, because you never know what's going to happen.
Right.
I've been doing this for 16, 15 years, and I've had 15, 16 people pass out on me. And the first time it happens, it's terrifying. When someone passes out, you're, oh my gosh, I can see it. Down they go.
Oh, shit.
But the 16th time, you're just like, I'll wake you up in a little bit. You'll be all right.
You needed that.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
Well, so what makes you valuable as a trainer? When you start and you're probably not getting any clients other than people you know.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
because I would say that it's one of the few things that you're not like who you know at your age when you're in your early 20s. You're probably not training people in your age and physical shape because you're not the one doing, hey, I'm going to get you on the next level of CrossFit, right? You're just going, hey, you've been out of the gym for a while. You want to come back, or you've never been and you want to get in shape. Those are the people who pass out. That's why I assume that.
Yes. Yes.
I'm not quitting. But yeah, so I guess that's how do you, obviously having good etiquette is huge, but yeah, how do you start? Is it really just somebody give me a shot?
Yeah, it's being in the gym as much as you can. That was how I started, and I'm not saying that's like something you have to devote your life to, but how I started was I was in the gym 24/7.
Oh, you lived in there.
Every hour I could be in there, I was in there. And every question that needed an answer, I either gave the answer or I found the answer. And those two things alone, everybody always has questions. Most of the time, whenever you're in the gym, you're always looking at one machine from the corner of your eye, thinking to yourself, okay, I think I know how that works, but I don't really know how that works.
Right.
And when you see someone in the gym on a regular basis, finally you stop and, hey, David, what is that machine right there? I'm ready for you. I'll show you exactly what it is. Come on over. Let me walk you through this whole machine. Let me show you the muscles that it works. Let me show you what to incorporate this in as far as like your programming. And let me tell you if it's necessary for you or not. And I mean, you answer 1,000 of those questions every single month. And maybe one of them follows up with I'd like to know more. I got you.
And honestly, that kind of makes sense. I mean, I've spent years at a time in gyms, and I would see people that were like the same faithful people every day but the only reason you knew they went to the gym is because they would tell you that they just left.
They had the gym clothes.
But it is like, but I think intimidation of going, I don't really know what I'm doing here.
Yeah.
You know,
people's biggest hangups is that they don't know where they're going. So if I could define something, is a lot of people they see people like that. And I'm not knocking you for what you said, but they see people and they think, oh, that guy goes to the gym. He doesn't look it. Maybe that's not his mission. Maybe his mission is whenever he's doing yard work, whenever he's done with his yard work, he's not wiped out. And so what makes you the best trainer, if I could pinpoint anybody to say, if you want to be a good trainer, the best way to be a great trainer is to figure out what your goal is. What's your threshold? Is 10 pounds off going to make you happier? Is 10% increase in muscle mass going to make you happier? What's your game plan? Because most people think, okay, I'm going to get in shape. That's narrow it down a little bit. Are you going to stand on a stage? Or are you going to be a bodybuilder? Or do you just want to walk up a flight of stairs and not be winded?
Oh, really good point, though. Because, in my mind, there is a look that goes with, I go to the gym all the time.
Absolutely.
The look is, you don't have to tell me.
Yes. I'm wearing a tank top and it's 20 degrees out.
Yeah, I can see that you know. But, I guess valid point is you're going, everyone's not trying to go make sure they can play a pickup basketball game when they're 50,
right?
60. Maybe they just want to not get winded when the grandkids come over to run around the yard or whatever. Yeah.
Yep.
Well, so there has to be something that, we always just say, hey, all people are different. All people are built different. Is that really a thing? Or are you like, no? And no matter who you are, if you're overweight and you do this on the eating side and you do this, then you're going to get the result.
Yes. So there are a lot of underlying things that combine to make your genetic makeup.
Sure.
And we like to use a lot of these things as a way to say, well, I can't lose weight because of my genetics, or I can't lose weight because of my metabolic rate and things like that.
Whatever the fuck a thyroid is. That one?
Yes, exactly. My thyroid's out of whack. Yes. The reality is, and I'm not knocking anybody that has these things, and I'm not knocking anybody that uses these reasons, but the reality is that they are excuses because you never see a type of person like that has 100% perfect diet and has 100% perfect activity level that says, well, I can't lose weight because of my thyroid. So it's not what holds you back. It's your mental game is what holds you back to achieving your goals and kind of getting in better shape.
Well, so I would think as a health and fitness coach? Is that what? So as a health and fitness coach, I would think the difficult part would be being a shrink.
Yeah.
Because that's it. I mean, I do it. I personally do it. Like I argue with myself. I'll make excuses on why I didn't have time to hit the gym, and I'll look at my screen time and be like, what the fuck, dude?
Yes.
But you know what I mean? To where it's mental. It's so much mental. But what's crazy is once you get into a little groove, the satisfaction but even before there's any big changes,
right? The
satisfaction of knowing I got my gym bag and it's full of dirty clothes that are sweated up again, and I'm killing it. Like there is a mental, there's like
it's a self-validation thing that most people take for granted. So it's as simple as creating a to-do list and checking things off of your to-do list.
And then did them.
You feel so fantastic when you do something like that. But none of those things, you never write watch TV on your to-do list. You never write play on my phone for an hour, scroll TikTok for an hour.
Right.
Those are those like serotonin boosts and those like little dopamine hits that you get that they're not things that are hard. They're not things that are difficult, but they're things that are enjoyable.
Yeah.
Most of the time, things that end up on your to-do list are not enjoyable. And there are a lot of people out there, don't get me wrong, they love going to the gym. They feel great whenever they're going to the gym. But a lot more people in this world feel like the gym is a chore. And even though you feel like it's a chore, when you get it done, you're proud of yourself. You're happy for yourself. You feel that energy boost. You feel like I'm an adult and not a child. And
I am responsible.
I am doing what I can to make myself healthier. And that there's nothing better than that feeling.
Right. And I think that's it. The big picture is, all right, whether nobody has to be an Instagram model as their fucking goal. But once you hit a certain age, it's like, hey, people that you're friends with are starting to die.
Mm-hmm.
That means
might be time to start getting in shape.
The machine is getting, so yeah, I think that's it. It's like, I guess, yeah, valid point. So is most of your clients, would they be older?
Typically, yeah.
I mean, like, yeah. And it's just saying, hey, let me get my mobility where it needs to be. Let me get, that's.
It's almost like you're selling quality because I can't guarantee a quantity. I can't tell you that every single time you work out, you're going to add another day to your life. Right. I can't tell you that every single time you eat another meal that you're going to add a day to your life.
Right.
I can't guarantee you that anything that you're doing right now is going to increase your life expectancy. But I can guarantee you that if you eat healthy and you exercise, you will have a better quality of life than you would be if you had not done that.
Right. Have you ever been out of shape?
Yeah.
Have you?
Yeah. And I ebb and flow. Don't get me wrong.
Right.
I'm not ashamed to admit that I used to be in horrible shape whenever I was younger. I was heavy into drinking. I was a partying kind of guy. And it backfired. And I felt the ramifications of that.
But man, that is so true, dude. I mean, especially the older I get, it's like 10 pounds does feel a lot different. Like you can go, oh man, I feel better. What the fuck?
Yeah.
I needed to stop that, but it does. It transfers over. I think even mentally, man, I get like, you go to the gym, you sleep better.
Mm-hmm.
Somehow your head gets clear because there's not a whole lot, even if I have headphones on at the gym, you're still zoned in on what you're doing. You know what I mean? So, but I don't know. I also look at it like every other fat ass who's like, it's a chore, it sucks.
Yes.
And then you get in there and right when you start, it's fine.
Yep.
When you leave, you're the bomb.
Yep.
It's like nobody wants to mow their yard, but when you're putting the mower up and your shit looks nice and your grass is all blue off the sidewalk, it's like
you take that second to appreciate.
Yeah, that's
I did that.
nice.
I did that.
Yeah, but no, so that's interesting because you're doing it to humans.
Yes. Yeah. Well, and in my 20s, like I said, I was a drinker. So I mean, I could stay out all night, drink, and I could stop by Taco Bell on my way home, and I could get 4 hours of sleep. I could wake up and I could go right back to work, and I'd feel like $1 million. You know, I'd be
crazy how
perfectly
that
fine.
works, right?
But nowadays, if I stub my toe wrong, I'm out of the game for 2 weeks. You know, so I mean, it's so important to me because I like to stay positive. I like to be a very positive person because, you know, I feel like people. And it might be an arrogant thing to say, but I feel like people feed off my positivity. And I look forward to helping people with their mental state. And if I drink now, it takes me out. If I eat unhealthy now, it takes me out. If I skip workouts, it takes me out. I become a very negative and very self-loathing person. And I need to stay active and healthy because of the people that are in my life. And we all have to find that defining thing that says that this is why you have to do it. It may not be fun.
So do you cheat? Like, do you have days you cheat, or is it
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Well, there's a big difference between progress and maintenance. Now, whenever I tell a lot of my clients this is the one thing that I try and beat into your head right off the bat, is that your progress phase, I do need you to be as close to perfect as possible.
Right.
I need you to not skip workouts. I need you to try and stay close to the meal plan as much as possible. I need you to really focus on your mental state, tracking your habits, getting things done. But when you get to a place where, you know what, I'm content with where I'm at right now, maintenance is so much easier.
Oh, right. Right. I got it. If you're on your way somewhere, then you need to focus and get there. Right.
So let's take your lawn metaphor that you just used, okay? Consider your lawn is completely overgrown. Your bushes are crazy. You know, your weed eatings need done. You got a whole bunch of just weeds throughout your lawn. It looks like crap.
Yeah.
Okay. It's going to take you forever to get that cleaned up.
Right.
But after you get it cleaned up, if every single week you mow the lawn, it will be...
It's no problem.
No,
absolutely. That initial...
Yes.
Yeah.
It's the progress of getting it to a point to where you can maintain it. That's the difficult part.
So do you try to... I mean, can you... When someone comes in, if it's like... people want results, right?
Of course.
Which that's... I guess, no, sometimes if you're... Yeah, if you're overweight, you can usually shake some weight fairly quickly and easily before that plateau of, okay, now you're not a whatever.
There's kind of a weird bar that I kind of coach my clients through is that there's an efforts versus results kind of bar. Now, it's a funny little concept. If you give me 50% effort, you'll get about 50% of the results. Okay. And most people will be pretty thrilled with 50% of the results. But here's the tricky part about it is that in order to get 25% more, so 75% of the results that you want overall, you have to give me about 80 to 85% effort. So that's why it's so important to understand what your overall goal is. So if you want to be 5% body fat, if you want to be 50% muscle, jacked, standing up on a stage, if you want people to know that you work out before you tell them you work out, you're gonna have to give me 100% effort.
Right.
But if you just want to trim the belly fat, if you just want to not have to buy a new wardrobe,
right,
then give me about 50% effort. Make subtle, small changes. Give me 30 minutes in the gym 3 times a week.
Man, that's really humanizing working out. Like, I've never really had it put like that. You know what I mean? To where you're going, all right, you're not going to go balls to the wall. You know it. I know it.
Yeah.
But you're going to show up.
Right. Right. Well, it's consistency versus intensity. So do I want you in the gym for the rest of your life, or at least let's say a year? Do I want you in the gym for a year or one really hardcore month?
Right.
That hardcore month, you're going to see no results. And by the end of the month, you'll be burned out. You'll be dead tired. You'll hate the program. And I don't want you to hate the program. But after a year of just slowly building up and slowly putting a little bit of pressure on yourself, you have accomplished so much more.
Yeah, it's interesting. Like I said, it's such a psychology. Is that a school or like class taught deal?
No, that's all the internship right there.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
You figure that out.
Yeah.
That's how you're either successful or you're not based on.
Yeah. Working with the guys I work with, they really, I mean, Mike's got 30, 40 plus experience on his belt before I even showed up, you know?
Right.
So I mean, it might be a little off, but still,
right.
You know, he had all this experience and he did not spare a bit to give to me.
That's great.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So where was Downtown Fitness, which is now your gym?
Mm-hmm.
Was it an open gym? Was it an existing open gym when you purchased it?
Yes.
And when did you find out about it, start going there, gain interest in it, or did you buy it, then get interest in it?
So it's one of those, situations where it's like you have to define yourself as the health and fitness coach from almost day one. So one of my clients cleans for the company that owns the building.
Sure.
Okay. And so they were renting out the space to the people that owned the gym beforehand. And the business was going under, and they had full-time jobs, and they had previously owned Curve's gym.
Yep.
They had merged it with this 24/7 grouping equipment that they had gotten, and they had tried their hand at starting a gym. They had a lot of clientele as far as the Curve's gym goes, but as far as the gym side went, then they didn't really have much. So they weren't doing so hot.
Right.
But my client that was a cleaner for the landlords kind of approached them and said, well, in a half-handed conversation, my trainer has been doing this for a long time. I love him. He's a great guy. He's very respectful. He's very responsible. He's very professional. Why don't you just sit down and talk to him? So they did. They reached out to me and asked if I was interested in, coming in and taking a look at the place and talking about it. And I came in. I had a conversation with them. I went down.
And their interest was what? To have you run it possibly, or they were trying to get out from under it?
They were trying to help the previous owners trade off and pass it off to somebody rather than closing the place down.
Gotcha.
So instead of just closing the shop, because it was inside of their building in the Milliken building downtown, right. And all their members, all the people that were in the building had already been members down there. They liked the gym. They wanted to keep the gym open, but of course the landlords weren't just going to keep the gym open for no reason.
Right.
So I went down there. I think I can make this work. Famous last words, obviously, because I had no clue what I was doing whenever I started a business. Jumped right into it. I got punched in the face 1,000 times.
Oh, you were saying I can make this work, like I can.
Yeah, I'll take this over and I'll run this place. I went back to Club Fitness. He was actually about to sell the Club Fitness gym to another trainer down there, so it actually worked out really well.
Okay.
There's no real hard feelings or anything. I just walk away. And I took most of my clients down there with me. And
then you had to learn that part of business.
Oh. So I was about 200 pounds. And I'm not bragging or anything, but I was in pretty dang good shape whenever I took this place over. I dropped 25 pounds in 3 weeks.
Just stress diet.
Stress. Absolutely. Just stress. I mean, I was a million miles an hour. I was trying to keep my clients in line. And it wasn't like I had a minimal amount of clients at the time. The most clients I had was at that time before I took Downtown Fitness over.
Oh, so you were slammed anyway.
I took probably about 7 or 8 hours a day's worth of work with me. So you needed to add about another 7 or 8 to that. Yeah. Yes. So I remember to this day, I was opening up Downtown Fitness on Monday. It was called the Downtown Fitness Club. I was trying to keep it so convenient for everybody so that the change was so minimal that I just shortened the name to Downtown Fitness. And their last day was on Saturday at noon. And I'm sitting in the parking lot with cans of paint in my back seat. And I've got tarp in my passenger seat. And I'm just sitting, waiting for them to leave. I didn't want to go in there and, kind of set my stuff down and make them feel rushed. They were having actually like a we're closing down party.
Right.
And I didn't want to rush them. Well, as they left, grabbed my stuff. I went down there and I stayed down there from Saturday at 1 all the way until Monday at 5 a.m. And I was just down there. I'd just take power naps and I'd wake up. I'd get back to painting and I'd back to cleaning things up. I would put the gym equipment on 4-wheel dollies and I would roll them around the gym because they had the whole thing from my experience.
Oh, so you rearranged so you wanted it to be, you're going to get the same thing you came for, but it's going to be set up how I think it should. It's going to look new. It's going to, yeah.
So I moved everything to the middle of the gym. I painted all the walls. I moved everything around, moving it around. And then Monday morning, all my clients came in. Everybody that was a previous member came in. They all had to sign new contracts, of course, because it's a different business. So I would go back from my client to a new member, to my client, to a new member, to my client, to a new member. And then I'd get home whenever I was done. I would have a stack of contracts that I have to input into a computer system.
And this is solo. You're just a solo act.
Yes. Yeah. I got a couple of trainers along the way. Some great, some not so great.
Sure.
You learn from experience. One guy named Mike Ellis, best trainer I've ever had down there. Wonderful guy. He's actually a police officer now. So shout out to Mike for being a great guy.
Yeah.
Keeping our streets safe now.
Is he, does he still go to the gym?
So they've got their own like fitness stuff and everything like that. So he's a very active guy.
Buffett.
Exactly.
He's on that Buffett budget. Yep. We'll knock you, bro.
Well, I know it. Hey, I want to be on that one. Trust me.
No shit.
No, so they all the cops are great people. They work out all the time.
So, how long? Sorry.
Oh, you're fine.
Fucking dickhead. So how long were you? What made you think you could make it successful? Because it already had clients and you were going to be bringing your clients there. So you were like, okay, I didn't just open the doors with a sign going, anybody want to work out? It already had a client base. Is that right?
Well, I'll tell you, it was a healthy mix of arrogance and knowledge that I learned from Mike. I'll be blunt, honest about that.
That's great.
So to answer the question of what made you think it'll work, arrogance, 100%.
Yeah.
But so while I was working at Club Fitness under Mike, he taught me everything, not just from like being a personal trainer, health and fitness coach, but how he runs his gym.
Right.
So I did membership agreements and I worked the software and I figured out the system of like, okay, this is what your membership rate should be at this size. And this is how many members you need in order to make it work. And so, at about 150 people, clients plus members that were going to that gym at the time, I was like, okay, that will bring me in a budget of this. Okay. My rent's going to be this. My power is going to be this. My, all the electronics and software is going to be this. So that
you just needed that to somehow be a little bit higher than that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I could eat at night.
Yeah.
That combined with the arrogance of a 27-year-old.
Right.
And I was like, I got this. No problem. Absolutely.
Did you go drum up a bunch of new clients? Members?
Yes and no. So it's interesting in the fitness game, you gain 2 people, you lose 1 person almost every single time.
Okay.
So you always have a fleet of about 20 or 30 people that don't go to your gym, but they pay your memberships. And if you're out there, I urge you, go to the gym. But if you're not going to go to the gym, cancel your membership, of course. Nobody wants to hear that, I'm sure.
Right.
But so the first thing I did was implement no contract.
I just thought to myself, am I still playing the athletic club?
Yeah, I was about to say, it makes you, that one's one of the steeper ones out there.
Yeah, damn it. I don't know.
So one of the first things I did was I implemented no contract cancellations. So no contracts, no long-term commitments. You can cancel at any time. No initiation fee, no cancellation.
Hey, I got to interrupt this episode just for a few minutes to tell you about the sponsors of the show. Let me introduce you to a game changer in the world of content creation, Opus Clips. Imagine a powerful app that transforms your longer videos into engaging bite-sized reels that not only capture attention, but also promote your brand, your business, or even you. Most of you have seen the Beyond Business reels of past guests or even me while you're scrolling through. I'd love to be the one taking credit for the hard work of clipping, editing, posting, all that multiple times per week. I don't do it. I drag it, drop it. Opus Clips does it all. You don't have to be a video editing whiz to create stunning clips that resonate with your audience, and you don't have to try to learn how to become a video editor. This intuitive app does all the heavy lifting for you, automatically crafting highlights that shine perfect for social media, marketing campaigns, or simply sharing your creative genius with the world. If you're ready to elevate your content game, scan the QR code right here to unlock the full potential of Opus Clips. Let your creativity flow and watch your engagement soar. So what are you waiting for? Click that link and start creating captivating reels today. Your brand deserves to shine, and Opus Clips is here to help you do just that. Aerial Elite Solutions is a drone service provider specializes in providing high-quality aerial imagery and data collection for a variety of industries. Whether you need stunning photos to showcase a property, detailed site survey for a construction project, detailed inspections using IR, or captivating footage for your events, Aerial Elite Solutions has expertise in cutting-edge technology to deliver exceptional results. Contact them at 330-7226 to learn how you can transform your business with their service. With nearly 100 years of experience in lightning protection system design and installation, Midwest Lightning Rods are the trusted experts in keeping your property safe from the dangers of lightning strikes. Midwest Lightning Rods specializes in creating customized solutions tailored to your specific needs, ensuring your home is a safe haven during the storms. Don't leave your safety to chance. Reach out to Midwest Lightning Rods today and give yourself the peace of mind this storm season. Visit lightningstrikes-weprotect.com for more information. Now, let's get back at it.
Track cancellations. So no contracts, no long-term commitments. You can cancel at any time. No initiation fee, no cancellation fee, no 30-day notice, none of that.
What, like I'm going to come this month, so okay, pay for the month then.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So there's different rates, obviously. You give somebody like a different rate. So if you want to pay cash, you pay this amount. If you want to pay on a card and you put it on auto withdrawal, you get a discounted price.
Yeah.
And if you do happen to forget about it, I'm going to run your card on the automatic payment. Absolutely.
Yeah.
But if you let me know, this is my last month, this is my last day, cancel. You're done. Out. And you get around the apprehension. When you get around the apprehension that most people have whenever they join a gym, then you can really start to help them. So a lot of people, they see the 1-year commitments, they see the 6-month commitments, something like that. They see the long-term contracts, and they'll second guess themselves. And they'll forget why they came to the gym in the first place, which was to get better shape, feel better about themselves, get a little bit healthier. Once I got rid of that, it boosted everything dramatically.
Well, a lot of these gyms have departments that are literally their job is only to get, they don't give a shit if you ever go. You know what I mean? My job is to get you to agree to get in better shape by signing up for 18 months or a discounted rate.
It's funny that you say that, because one of the first things I did in order to kind of give myself a good feel of how you feel when you walk in my door was I went to Springfield, and I went to the mall that they have in Springfield, and there's an LA Fitness there.
Okay.
And it's a great gym. It's a big gym. It's beautiful. It's wonderful. And I just acted like I wanted a membership.
Yeah.
So the way they have their gym set up is you come in through this door, he'll take you all the way up and all the way to the back, and then he'll take you around and then back again. And the way they have their gym set up is that the last place you stop is the sign-up station. And the sign-up station is so boxed in that you almost feel pressured to sign up. And I saw it with open eyes, and I felt it. I felt the anxiety from myself.
You were there kind of gauging.
Yeah.
You're like, okay, wrong.
100%. The feeling I had, I almost wanted to sign up, and just because I felt the pressure. And it's so silly, most people will think, well, as a business owner, don't you want to constantly have that ready, steady flow? I would rather have 100 members and 100 people show up than 200 members and nobody shows up.
Really?
100%. But don't get me wrong, I'm in the business to make money. There's always that percentage of I do need to make money.
But you're like,
my bills. I need
what a good success is when people are doing better.
Yes. I'm wholeheartedly more in the business to help you get in better shape than I am to make money. Like I said, I do want to make money. I think everybody wants to make money. That's one of those things that just goes out there and makes the world turn.
Yeah.
But I want to help you reach your goals. And in order to do that, I need you to be open and honest with me. And if you're not going to be open and honest with me, then we're going to have a problem. And I can guarantee you that if I make you feel boxed in and committed, you're not going to be open and honest with me.
Right. Yeah. That's hilarious, because I think that I can only imagine the number of times you've heard it to where it's like, I followed everything you said, didn't work. And you're like, you don't have to lie also.
Yeah. That's yeah.
You definitely ate some bullshit, bro. You didn't lose any weight. Yeah.
Yep.
That's great. No, it's self-accountability. I mean, and that's it. We all want to blame. Everybody wants the easy route. Some things there's not an easy route to, but if you work hard, maintenance can be easy compared to, you know what I mean?
Yes.
I think that's it. And I'm one of them people that I've traveled, and I think you probably do it too, even though you're a healthy guy, is when you go to whether it's a new city, new state, new country, whatever, you get checked in and you go, what are we going to do? What kind of food restaurants they got here?
Yes.
You know what I mean? That's what you do.
Yes.
You know what I mean? They got a steakhouse. They got our lives are built around booze and food.
Yes. And heavy carb food.
Heavy carb. Matter of fact, they'll give you that while you're waiting for your food.
Yes. Yes, let me bring you a basket of bread.
That's fucking good. It
Yes,
smells
it is.
good.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like
I'd kill for a cinnamon or like one of those biscuits from Texas Roadhouse
with
with
that
cinnamon butter.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Oh man,
Yeah.
No, I exercise and eat healthy because I love food.
So what's your take on that? Why do you think that they tricked us into turning that food pyramid upside down a long time ago?
So I'll be 100% honest with you. They didn't trick us. We tricked ourselves.
Is that right?
So we always like to look at things like that and say that it's not the food pyramid, but like unhealthy food. One of the messages I always say is that like a Friday night, if you're going out to eat with your friends and your family or whatever, your wife, your husband, whatever, significant other, eat like crap. Do it. Eat the food off the menu that you want to do, because there's another 60 meals throughout the week that you don't need to be eating like crap.
Right.
And we constantly tell ourselves, well, man, I need to give up these things. No, you don't. I mean, Wednesday's lunch, give me Wednesday's lunch. Let me plan what you're going to eat for Wednesday's lunch. Thursday's breakfast. Let me plan that.
Gotcha.
But Friday or Saturday, if you're going out, absolutely go out. Have a couple of beers on the weekend if you want to have a couple of beers, but don't have 3 every single day. You don't need 3 every single day. Right. You don't need to eat donuts for breakfast, McDonald's for lunch, and then come home to pizza for dinner.
Oh yeah. So it makes it so it's more rewarding when you know what I mean? And you do, it turns out to usually, if you do allow yourself, if you're on the path of trying to lose weight, and I've done it before, to where it's like, it's football Sunday. I'm going to eat whatever the fuck I want. And then it'll come and I'm like, man, I'm not going to fuck up today.
Yeah.
I don't want to fuck up right
Yeah.
now.
You make better choices.
Yeah. Because you go, hey man, I like that 4 pounds that came off.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that actually helps you develop a healthy relationship with food. A lot of the time we put all this weight and pressure on food. We put all this power into food.
Right.
And it has so much control over us.
Yeah.
But it's just like working out. The more you tell yourself, no, I'm not going to eat that. I'm going to eat a little bit healthier. The better you start feeling about yourself. The more you start identifying the power in food is not anything that you think it is.
No.
It's not this craving.
Matter of fact, fast food, which is so popular, is fucking disgusting most of the time. Like, yeah.
It just sits
If
under
I'm
a heated lamp.
if I'm going to go get a burger, I'm definitely not going to go get a fucking Big Mac.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yes.
No.
Yeah.
I need some fucking.
We used to have this restaurant in Decatur called O'Charlie's, and I
Yeah.
loved O'Charlie's.
Yeah.
They would serve you these giant burgers, and steak fries. That was my cheat meal almost every single week.
That was a good one too.
Yeah.
Oh, Charlie's.
That's like a flashback right there.
It
Isn't it?
is. What's out there? It's Cajun boiled place or something. Like the third thing they've tried to get out there is what's that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Matter of fact, you can open up whatever you want out there. No. Well, no. So I think, I don't know, maybe it's just the food industry, because everything is carb heavy, like in the grocery store. You know what I mean? Almost like it doesn't matter. And it's like, I mean, how many different kinds of mac and cheese portables or ready to goes, or what? It's like, what the fuck, man?
Yeah. Well, it's supply and demand. We like to give.
Oh, it's cheaper too.
It is 100% cheaper. Don't get me wrong. But if you look at over in the European countries, for instance, a lot of these brands, they've changed their complete make and model, not only with their advertising, but with the ingredients that they put in their food. And the reason why is because their people care more about it. Now, it's very easy to pass the buck on to the government and say it's the government's fault. But you get enough people that say, we're getting sick of this. Things change almost miraculously, like without the government, almost like we don't need them to be involved in certain things like that. That's what happened over in the European countries, where enough people were like, you know what, this specific red dye is linked to cancer causing pathogens. And we want them removed from our foods. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. That's what they did. Done. Yes. Our products is not selling. Our stocks are down. And it's because they're telling us that they want these specific ingredients taken out of our food. We took them out of our food. Boom. Americans typically don't complain about something.
Put a different color on the box.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely.
Get a new
Throw
mascot.
me another berry in them. Oops, all crunch berries. I want something like that.
Yeah.
We have a slowly increasing obesity epidemic that's hitting us on a regular basis. Every single year, the percentage goes up and up and up. And, it really is easy to say that it's someone else's fault. It's our fault. It's because we don't take care of ourselves. It's because we don't hold ourselves to such a high standard. I guarantee you that if everyone stopped buying a specific product and then told that company, we are not buying it because of this specific reason, they would change it in the heartbeat without any other introduction of a bill, a law, or any kind of effect from the government.
But we have a lot of intentionally ignorant people that don't care about what is the amount on this card and what can I fit in my card.
Yes. So I love that word. I'm going to touch back on that for a couple of seconds because I love the word ignorant.
Yeah.
So there's a big difference between ignorance and stupidity. For those of you that don't know at home, stupidity is knowing and not caring. Ignorance is just not knowing.
No idea.
Yes. All it is just educating yourself. And that is, it starts with health and fitness. It starts with just eating healthy and exercising. You know, I can't tell you how many clients I've had that just started with trying to eat healthy and trying to work out on a regular basis. And that's bottom dollar. Then their exercises turn to, well, I want to try a HIIT style workout, or maybe I want to try a CrossFit style workout, or maybe I want to try more of a strength training program. They're educating themselves on the different types of exercises that are out there. Eating healthy is the exact same way. Well, maybe I want to lean a little bit more away from cod because it's an artificially manufactured kind of fish. Maybe I want to go towards salmon, or maybe I want to stay away from steak because it's more red meat and I don't want those certain amino acids that are inside of that. Maybe I want to stay away from the broccoli and the Brussels sprouts because I know it gives me digestive issues. Maybe I want to stay away from a white rice and go towards a brown rice because it has more nutrients in it. The more you do it, the more you learn. It's just like watching that YouTube video we were talking about earlier. Yeah. The more you start to dive into a certain thing, of course you're ignorant in the very beginning.
So you can technically probably pick apart a menu in most restaurants to have a healthy meal.
In a heartbeat.
Easily.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's there. It's there waiting for us to just educate ourselves on it.
Right. Okay. Here's one for you. First, if someone comes and goes, hey, I know you gave me this eating routine, but I heard that no carb, I can lose a ton of weight really quick. Is your reaction like I've talked to you and you are not built for that shit? Or because that's rough.
It is. It is very rough. So it's just about kind of educating them on what they're going to experience. So no carb is a ketosis kind of situation. Yeah. And anytime you go into ketosis, you burn out body fat.
It just zaps you, dude.
It really does. Yes. So your energy drops dramatically. And so you have to break the food concept down for people. So proteins rebuild your muscles. Fats help with your joints, your fluids, and with like basic body composition production. And then your carbohydrates are your long-term, short-term energy. Okay. When you deplete yourself 100% of carbohydrates, you deplete yourself of energy. And then your body obviously starts burning up all the excess stored energy, which is body fat. And then you just see dramatic, rapid results from something like that. But secondhand stored energy is like gasoline that's been sitting over since winter. It's not useful, it's not effective, and it's not the best source of fuel.
Right.
Fresh fuel is always going to be the best fuel. And it's also the easiest for your body to use. When you eat food, your body's already breaking down the food in your intestines, and it's already ready to be used as energy. The process of burning up your body fat is a little bit more difficult.
Right.
The education part comes first. I always lay it out. So that's your ketosis situation right there. This is what's going to happen. Okay, you're probably going to have bad breath. You're probably going to have
your mouth's going to taste like shit. Yes, you're right.
Is. Yep.
And you're not going to the gym because you're going to be doing good to walk to the car.
Yes, you're gonna struggle with eating things. You're gonna be like in this weird, how can I make this meal fit kind of thing? Give me a burger without the bun, throw extra cheese on it, get rid of the fries, and give me cottage cheese.
Yeah,
so you're gonna be making random meals in order to make things work.
Yeah.
If you can do that, let's get after it.
Right.
There's easier ways for easier mindsets. There's harder ways for harder mindsets.
Okay.
Which mindset do you have?
Can you usually tell them, or you're like, no, my job is to tell them the options and then let them know that you don't have to kill yourself. But if you want to, then I want you to.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I want you to know first.
Right.
And then I will tell you based on my personal professional experience what I feel like you should do.
And then in 5 days, when that sweet tooth kicks in, you didn't even know you had.
Oh man, yeah. When you're eating cardboard just to feel some kind of crunch in your mouth. Yeah.
So, why the easiest thing ever to me, I'm sure you've got this over the last year or two, if someone says, hey, I know we've been training a lot, but my doctor said that I don't have to be diabetic anymore. I can get a jab of this, whether it's semaglutide or what's the other one? It's like Wegovy. It's like it's a.
Oh, I know. Yes.
Same idea.
Yes.
Different thing.
Yes.
One has 2, one has 3, whatever.
Yep.
I don't know if it's been around long enough for you to go, well, here's definitely what's going to happen to everyone who's done that. I think we'll see that eventually. But I mean, why wouldn't? I mean, if I'm 350 pounds right now, I am probably going to be like, hey,
yeah,
Dave, what if I just shake the first 75 with this shit? Are you like, absolutely not? Or are you like, what's your take?
So the conversation.
This is as close as we've came to a miracle drug and weight loss. I mean, I've seen people that I'm like, golly, okay.
So it's important to understand what's happening when you get the shot. So when you get the shot, to boil it down in the simplest manner, is it's basically an appetite suppressant. It's an insulin shot. It messes with your glucose levels, and it essentially fights off the hunger rebound.
Just makes you not hungry.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yes. Now, will you get great results from something like that? Absolutely. What I try and educate people on is the reason why you gained that weight was not because you were being force-fed. It's because you lacked the willpower to clean up your diet and to force yourself to exercise. If someone does take that approach, I'm never against anything like that. I do want to see you be your healthiest, and I do know that dropping that weight rapidly is not going to be your healthiest. But if
you're losing muscle mass substantially with fat loss, right?
Yes. Yeah. When you lose weight, there's no way to get around losing muscle. So if you think about a normal person that's in the gym and they're eating healthy and they're exercising and they're eating healthy in a way that's going to cause them to lose weight, you're going to lose about 80% fat and then 20% muscle. So every pound you have is going to be 80% fat and 20% muscle loss. Okay.
Oh, even healthy.
Even healthy, yeah.
Oh,
well, your fat is basically like stored up energy, but it doesn't have the nutrients needed in order to sustain that kind of like calorie deficit.
Big gas.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So your body will naturally dehydrate your muscles. It'll eat up your muscles just a little bit, and it's just a natural result. It's gonna happen,
right?
So that's one of the reasons why bodybuilders will bulk and then cut, and then bulk and then cut, and then bulk and then cut. When you do the semaglutide option and you lose that weight so rapidly, you're losing so much of what's holding your body together. So your joints become a little weaker, your bones become a little bit more brittle, your brain fog kind of kicks in just a little bit where you're having a conversation with somebody and you just, what the hell are we talking about? You know, those
because it's just nutrient lack of, I mean...
I always love the body because the body is like a power plant, and it's not a spot check power plant. So what I mean by that is like if I was losing weight, it's not just going to come from my stomach.
Right.
It's going to be all over, and it's going to be a slow dehydration process. But what's going to happen is your body's also going to start regulating calorie amounts. So what I mean by that is your liver and your brain are the two things in your body that burn the most calories. So your liver burns a lot of calories, your brain burns a lot of calories. So let's say your liver uses 20% of your calories, your brain uses 20% of your calorie intake. Well, your body's going to start to ration things, and it's going to say, okay, I'm not going to give my brain 300 calories today. I'm only going to give it 200 calories today. And I'm not going to give my liver 200 calories today. I'm only going to give it 100 calories today.
Oh.
Because of
It knows.
It knows.
It gets trained.
Absolutely. Our bodies adapt to the environment we put them in. So when we deplete our body of calorie income, then our body will start to ration things and we'll start to say, okay, well, you're not going to get everything that I was giving you. Don't get me wrong. Usually people that are on a weight loss journey don't exactly have the healthiest calories intake anyway.
Right.
But you still need fuel.
No, that makes sense because I went years to where I would only eat at like 8:00 at night.
Mm-hmm.
And it didn't matter. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I still would probably eat 2,000 calories.
For sure. In one sitting.
But that was it. As
Yeah.
I'm going, but I only ate 2,000 calories. And it's like, yeah, your body knows, bro.
100%.
It put half of that into your fat belly because it needs it.
Yeah. Well, and the intermittent fasting is very funny too. One of the things I try and tell people a lot about that is that if you're in the perfect ability to master intermittent fasting as much as you can, meaning to regulate your body throughout the day the way your body needs to be regulated, then intermittent fasting is great for you. But there's a lot of prerequisites and there's a lot of extra things that you need to add on other than the 16 and 8 or the 24 windows that you need to focus on. A lot of us can't do that, though.
Right.
A lot of us have jobs, we have kids, we have spouses, we have responsibilities. There's the lawn that needs to mow, you know.
Yeah.
So it's so much easier to just have a very, very simple diet plan, have a very moderate workout program routine, and to just consistently follow that for 6 to 8 months. And the person you'll be will be night and day different than the person you were 6 to 8 months ago.
Right.
Or you can sit and think about your goals for 6 to 8 months and then finally take the shot.
No, I just think it's a great, but really interesting approach. Is I think I would think that it would be like your job is to motivate me to be fucking better and stronger and live longer. And it's like, yeah, but I already know if I do it like that, you're not going to come back.
Yes.
You're going to go, okay, I ate cake at the birthday party last night and I ate a donut this morning. I'm not going to see Dave today.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
I want you to be able to come in and say that to my face.
Right.
And know that we're going to get past it.
Now let's get after it then.
Absolutely.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. We got that out of the way.
Right.
Now let's get back on the plan.
Right.
It's over with. No big deal.
So do you have clients? I mean, do clients graduate from you? Or is it like, no, you have clients that have stuck around that you've been training the same people for 5 years, 10 years, 6 years, 7 years?
Both categories. Yes.
Okay.
Yep. And I want people that want to find themselves with however that is. So,
ideally, right, you would train them, but then, you're going, I gave you. I mean, if you need me to hold you accountable, then I will, but
100%. Yeah.
But
But I
if you
want you to
got
be
it-
able to be like, I am doing this.
yeah, I'm going to Florida for 2 months this winter, and this is the routine I'm going to do when I'm there. Here's what I'm eating. And it's
Yep.
like, yeah.
I would love to see that.
Do you has there been a higher or lower number than one would think of people that have been just true success stories? I mean, do more people stick with it, or is it like, no, I'm just not surprised that people give up on themselves and things a lot?
It's a hard game because your success rate is very low.
Right.
But if you play the game right, you'll slowly start to see the rebound. And what I mean by that is I've worked with a lot of people in my career. I've been doing this for 15 plus years.
Right.
So I've worked with people and I've failed with people over and over and over again. But my reaction to what you would perceive as your failure is just a, hey, I'll see you later kind of situation. So if you're done, if you feel like you're giving up, 100%, I'm going to try and motivate you to stay with it.
Right.
But if you're walking out the door, I want you to know it's not the worst thing in the world. And what that causes is in 6 to 8 months, when you think about fitness again,
Rather than avoiding you, I'll call you.
right out to me. And that's what I want. I want to be the person that helps you live and lead a better life.
Right.
And
Yeah.
so over the course of the years that I've done this, I've had a lot of people that will fall off the wagon and they'll come right back to me and we'll get right back to work and we'll start kicking butt again.
Right. So what about, do you have anybody like, I say student athletes. Is there any like younger people that are like, hey, here's what I want. I want my vertical to be a little bit higher. I want my 40 to be faster. I want to lose ass, gain shoulders. Is there any of that? Do you get, or I guess, is that implemented in kind of schools nowadays? When I was in school, that wasn't implemented at all. It was like, there's the weight room.
Yeah. The standard in schools, in my opinion, has dropped dramatically.
Right.
Because they want their athletes to succeed and be fit and be healthy and successful and everything like that.
They just
But
forget
the
to
general
tell them.
population.
Right.
Well, them, yeah, that's for sure.
Right.
But the general population is just left to their own devices. I used to have a lot of kids, college program athletes, and I worked with some great kids, but it's not my jam, if I can say that. I have a lot of trainers that I would much more prefer to refer them to.
Oh, really?
Than to work with them myself.
Okay.
Because my approach is a lot more passive. My approach is a lot more comfortable.
Oh, okay. Oh, you're saying I know the lane that you work in.
Yes.
They don't get a slack like that whenever your kid trying to be better for the next level of sports or whatever. You can't. Yeah.
When you're in high school, you have school and you have fitness if you're going to adopt fitness.
Right.
When you're grown up like we are, there's a lot more responsibilities, and I've got to give you a lot more leeway because there are a lot more things. Whenever you're in high school and you're like, oh, I couldn't do this. No, suck that up. Okay. Get that crap out of here. Right. Work out, eat healthy, quit dicking
your
around.
mom buys your groceries. Bro.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. Until you know the stress of rent coming up.
Then shut up and work out.
Yeah, exactly.
No, I got you.
Yeah.
Well, no, I don't know. I think getting an edge is huge, even, for the younger people trying to do stuff too. I send my son to like it's not a professional, but a dude who pitched for like D1 baseball. Yeah. He comes back in the summer. My son's in high school. I send him to work out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's nothing fitness related. And I think that's kind of what throws me off. It's not even bad mouthing it, but it's like
form and balance.
Yeah, but it's like, but let's work it out too. Do something. You know what I mean? Let's get, I don't know. We're hitting and pitching. So it's like, all right, let's be in shape. I don't know.
I worked out with a shot putter who was in college, and a great gal. I mean, she could throw the disc and the rock like no other.
That's impressive to watch, too.
It really is. Yeah. The form is immaculate. It has to be spot on. I mean, she could chuck it, man. It was great to watch it. I was blown away. But there was a lot of like fine-tuned muscle building that we had to do. There was also stuff we had to avoid because we didn't want to make her too stiff in order to not be able to rotate and in order to not be able to get the full extension.
Oh, so you're going, okay, if everything is built like this, and this, then things will work perfect. So let's go.
Yes.
Oh, that's cool.
Exactly.
That's cool.
Yeah.
It's a machine.
Yeah.
So do you regret buying the gym?
I don't.
Currently now we're way over the hump. You're rolling everything. I wouldn't say it probably runs itself, but you're.
Yeah, no, it definitely doesn't do that. But it 100% do not regret the choice now.
And do you have someone? Are you there full time? I mean, are you there every day?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
You have staff.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. How many members you think you got?
About 120.
Okay. Well, that seems like a lot.
Yeah. I mean, gets the job done.
Yeah. Well, good.
We could always use more if you want to sign up.
Yeah. What is a membership?
It's just $35 a month.
Dang, that's
no
good.
Contract or initiation fee.
That's good.
I can't beat Planet Fitness's prices, but I don't have a camera in the locker room, so I can't beat that.
Can you believe that?
I know.
Oh.
I mean,
I don't know if it's just me, but first of all, I get absolutely nothing out of watching someone disrobe and climb in a tanning gun.
The violation of personal space, too.
Saying,
I mean,
one of them was like underage. I know the dad was like, I will fucking, what? You sick? Ugh.
There is so much about that I'm ignorant to. But from what I know is
me too.
The whole thing was announced one day or told to the staff one day, hey, I think I see a camera in the room, and then dealt with 4 days later. Now, I'm not a parent. I have 13 nieces and nephews, though. Now, if I told you there was a camera in your bathroom and you waited 4 days to take care of that problem, and my niece or nephew showed up on that camera because you decided to wait 4 days, I'm cracking somebody's face.
Yeah, that's a problem.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, you would hope that means that you got the camera and maybe the guy didn't get arrested for 4 days. Like, say it better.
Yeah. Yeah. Because that's what the way I read it was, it was announced on Thursday, and then Monday we dealt with it. No.
You wanted to make sure it was recorded?
Right. We wanted to see who was coming in there to mess with it so we could find the guy. No, take that down right now.
Yeah, no shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. How about just look for the fucking weirdo going into the tan? Look at the guy without a tan that keeps coming out of the tan.
Yeah. Keeps looking up in the corner of the room for something.
Oh, my God. That's just sick, bro. Talk about ballsy.
What kind of life do you got to lead that you're just like, you know what? Private video cameras.
This
in
would be
locker
pretty
rooms.
good.
Yeah.
Planet Fitness is pretty sweet. But anyone can go in here?
Right.
Like, that's what you just thought?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's where we're at, dude. Sick fucks.
You know, not to get on another tirade with you, but I feel like that's like what we're breeding in our society right now. We're so antisocial, but surrounded by so many people.
Yes.
It creates the most psychotic people you've ever met. Because we've never been more surrounded by people, but we've also never been more alone.
That would be, what is it? What's it called? Like what Zuckerberg is. Like,
Autistic?
yes.
Yeah.
Like that's what the idea was created for, right? And now this is a global way of communicating, not for people who have a hard time communicating.
Yeah.
But just because it's easier, and I can be anybody.
Oh,
I can make my profile picture look like I'm in shape if I want, and then I don't even need to be in shape because I'm not going to come meet you.
Yep.
It's like, you people are fucking...
And they have nothing better to do than just be trolls on the internet.
Yeah. But see, on the other hand, you can go learn how to do anything you want in 30 minutes on YouTube. So it goes both. You know what I mean? It's like... Yeah. So here's what I don't like. Here's what I disagree with. And I didn't realize it until kind of recently. I'm not like a big porn dude, right? But you don't have to, like, it just registered to me whenever there was a argument in one of the states of like, you should have to be over 18. You have to fucking log your identity to look on porn like you used to.
There's no verification
now
for anything
you just
nowadays.
Go and just go look. It's like, wow, yeah, surely we can control that. You know what I mean? Like,
yes,
you have to be able to go, okay, hey, phone, fucking whatever, fucking whoever. Yeah. How about no?
Right. Yeah.
What?
It's the problem we have is
I got
that
kids, nieces, nephews. Like, what?
Yeah.
Desensitizing
it's
these people,
right
bro.
There in the palm of their hand. And the problem is that it's one of those still, we don't like to admit it, but the internet is still actually very young and heavily influential in our society, but it's still very young.
Oh, yeah.
It was in 2000 and 1995, whatever, whenever we were saying internet was going to be a fad that'll last for about a year and it'll disappear.
When people go, you literally made an email address, bro, with your name.
Exactly.
Fucking idiot.
So if you look at like automobiles, you know, when they were first created, they did not put airbags in automobiles.
Right.
So the reason why was because they didn't go fast enough. You weren't getting in crazy accidents with automobiles, and things weren't happening to where they were a necessity.
Right.
But with the advancements that have been made, automobiles need them because it's a safety precaution. Seatbelts are the same way. Safety designs, you know, letting you know who's on your left, who's on your right, if there's a car in front of you, all that AI technology that's too smart for me. Internet has never really had that kind of grow up where all the information's there, but it's completely unregulated.
Right.
I mean, we're creating absolute drones of children's. They're zombies. They're just addicted to their cell phones. And don't get me wrong. I grew up in the same household with my nieces and nephews as they were growing up. It was so much easier to turn on television, pop in a Blue's Clues VHS.
Well, they're graduating now. The iPad generation or tablet generation that was at restaurants shutting the fuck up because there was a
boom. Yep. Right in front of them.
This far at all times.
And
it's funny what you just said, though, because someone else that was on here, I was trying to figure out who said, we got the internet and we immediately gave it to our kids immediately.
Yes. Yeah.
I mean, by the time, whenever it went from your Razor to your iPhone, by the next year, they had an Android tablet for $90 that you couldn't make phone calls on, but you could get random messaging apps and all this weird fucking shit. But with colorful cases that were made for your kids.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. And it all boils down to willpower.
Yeah.
Everything has a serotonin, a dopamine release kind of draw to it. The internet's no different. If I make a post on Facebook right now and I get more likes than I've ever gotten in my entire life, I'm popular. I'm doing it. Yeah, absolutely. And then if I get no likes,
if
on
you
a
go
post
back,
that's been
check
up for a
later,
week,
and there's none, you're resetting your browser.
Yeah.
What the fuck happened?
I'm deleting the post.
Yeah.
Because I'm embarrassed. I'm like,
That's
oh man,
crazy,
nobody likes
right?
it, you know? And that is constant, over and over and over. You will see.
But talk about desensitizing real life experience.
Yes.
Man. You know what I mean? Where, dude, I didn't mean to cut you off, but dude, I went to Jamaica a couple years ago, and when I got to my room, I had already went on a tour of that exact room. I knew where everything was. I knew what the balcony looked like. It was weird. Like, I thought it was cool when we were watching. I was excited, but then I got there and it was like, well, yeah, I mean, fuck.
Yeah, I've seen this.
Let
There's
me go
no
put my
wow
shit
to
in the
it.
closet. It's right here.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just like, oh, damn, somebody put a GoPro on and took me on a tour of my room before I came.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yep.
But then it was also, there's the expectation too, man.
Yeah. And it's all right there.
Yeah.
We can travel the world on our cell phones.
Yeah.
We can meet and be anybody on our cell phones.
Yeah. See, I wish, or I don't know if I wish it, but the days where, like when we were in high school, well, shit, up until 15 years ago, if you don't call between 8 and 5, then you're going to have to catch me tomorrow.
Yeah.
Between 8 and 5, unless it's Friday, then you're going to have to catch me Monday because you don't know my home phone number.
Right.
Because you're a work person.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And there's no reason for you to need that.
Yeah. Or if I'm home and I'm not in the house, you're just going to have to come by.
Yes.
I might be in the yard.
Yes.
Yep. That was like simpler times. But there's a huge benefit, huge convenience. I mean, people like what you do for a living. I mean, I'm sure, 20 years ago, 10 years ago, maybe 5 years ago, there wasn't a way for you to be able to literally track clients' habits. And I'm sure you can probably do what you do online without ever meeting with people if it's just following programs and plans that are implemented. Is that right?
Yep. That's exactly what I do.
Yeah. So certain things, it's like, the internet makes it possible.
Yes.
So it's what you use it for. But again, self-control, really valuable. I mean, whether it's with your plate or your fucking health or your mind and because I have to do that, dude. I don't have enough discipline. I have to intentionally, go to airplane mode and shit like that.
Yep.
You know what I mean? I can't I just want to drive and think if it rings and I silence it, now I have to think about who that was.
Yes.
And it's like,
feel the vibration.
Why?
You hear the
who
noise.
cares?
Yes.
Me for something back here. Yeah. It's crazy. So what's your goal? If you had to look at a goal, like let's say, how old are you?
36.
All right. So 45, what do you want to do? What do you want, what you currently have, where do you want it to be in 10 years, 9 years?
The first thing that pops in my mind is I would love to have a healthy work-life balance. So I'm about a year, 8 months into a relationship with a wonderful woman, and the work-life balance I had before this relationship was non-existent. I mean, It was 100% work, 0% personal life.
Okay.
I'm slowly starting to develop a more perfect balance with our relationship, and I've had a string of but I've had a couple of bad relationships where I thought, oh man, this might be them. No, it's me. It's 100% me. So I'm really
you're approaching it different from a you standpoint.
It 100% was me. I was a work ethic guy. I was an unemotional. Just I'm going for it, and I realized that I want to be a better person in that regard. And I also think it makes me better for my clients as well. Not only because there are times now where you cannot reach me, but I'm going to appreciate your time and I'm going to value where you come from whenever you say you have certain obligations, because as a person that works 24/7, it's hard to have a conversation with somebody.
You can fake it, but you have to go fuck yourself.
Yeah. Your kids again. Oh my God.
Right.
Yeah. No, it makes it more realistic. It makes me more of a people person. I would like to have a great family with her, 10 years from now, we have a healthy development there. I'd like to have a thriving business.
Yeah.
I would like to not only have a program that helps people easily and conveniently start off with health and fitness as far as a weight loss perspective, so much so that they can start from a place where it's very easy to follow the program, but we continue to increase intensity so much so that they start making great results that are consistent without any plateaus. And before they know it, they're at a point where they feel like I'm working really hard and it didn't take that much to get to this point.
Right.
And I would also like to have a program set up that teaches people how to do that for other people as well. So like a coaching program for coaches and a coaching program for people. If I were to be upfront and honest and say I have all of that somewhat put together now, implementation is a lot harder. I can tell you that. Not only with the amount of time that I've taken out to devote to my personal life now, but with, I mean, I would have to sacrifice so much free time in order to develop these kind of things. But
yeah.
There's always time. There's always time.
Right. And yeah, I mean, if you're willing to chip away like that, like you encourage people to just chip away.
Yes.
You know what I mean? I think, yeah, you'll get there. No problem.
One thing I always do, and I'll actually encourage every single person to do this same thing, is every single time I tell myself I don't have time, I pull up my phone and I pull up the screen time option in my settings to see how much time I've wasted
That'll
today.
hit you in the face.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. And so then what I always like to coach my clients with is there's a fancy thing you can do is there's an easy lie or a hard truth. Okay. And the easy lie is I don't have time. The hard truth is I didn't make the time.
Right.
You know, so you pull out your screen time, you say, oh, okay, I didn't make the time. It's not that I don't have time.
Right.
It's that I didn't make the time. It's that Facebook for an hour and 17 minutes today was more valuable to me than my long-term goals.
Yeah.
When you say it out loud,
It's
hits
tough,
home.
right?
Yes.
Yeah.
But we need that. We need that.
No, I think, no, you're absolutely right. Accountability just to ourselves. Look at us. We've never had more access to, I mean, there's a bunch of bullshit. I just ranted about the unhealthy foods out there, but there's still a produce aisle. There's still a meat aisle. There's still, if you got the cash for it, hell, they even sell healthy everything.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And people cook your
they
food
got
for you.
gyms everywhere. You might get videoed, but you can get, but you know what I mean? Yeah. There's never been easier to be healthy, but we've never been less healthy. It's just like, man.
Yep. It's a battle.
It is, but it'll make you live. See, I'm one of them. I'm like conspiracy theory going, did they make it get fat so they can Ozempic and they can do some, is it like a whole, again, that they're not taking our ability to learn about us and just stop going, what Frosted Lucky Magically Delicious? Okay. So more, can I have that with whole milk? What the fuck?
I'm 100% on board as I think every true blood American is a conspiracy theorist. Don't get me wrong. We got
there's
some,
certain things. It's like,
some.
What are you doing here?
But I think we as a society, we're more reactive than proactive. And I think the government is the exact same way. So to kind of compound on what you were just saying is, do I think they created the environment that allowed us to be easily manipulated? No. Do I think they're taking advantage of the fact that we're easily manipulated? Absolutely.
As they should.
Absolutely.
That's what everybody should do. Yeah. What's crazy, and this will be it. This is all I'm going to say is I think it's ridiculous that we can be fat and unhealthy and have kids. And instead of going blank slate, you're going to be the healthiest fucker in the world because I read some shit and I watched some YouTube video. Instead, it's like, nope.
Yep.
Mac and cheese portables.
Yep.
Goldfish by the handful all the time. It's like, what are we doing?
Yes.
What?
It's easier. So much easier. Man, Food in a box.
Man, peel your snack. How about that?
Yeah.
It's good too.
100%.
That's what's crazy. Yeah. I know a couple people who, and they stand out to me as being those, to where it would be at ball games or whatever. Mom had a backpack cooler on. She was busting out sliced up fruits and nuts. And it was almost like, poor kids. And it's like, no, what?
Yeah.
No. Our kids, poor kids. Yeah.
Those
our kids over there fucking sucking down fun dips. That's
right.
Poor kids. Sucks to be us.
Drinking sugar water, calling it
Yeah.
Powerade.
Yeah, this is Gatorade. It's horrible. Dude.
Yeah.
I remember back before we could afford Gatorade, it came in a thing with a scoop.
Yes.
It was sugar.
Yes. Pure sugar.
Yeah. No. Well, dude, I'm going to get you out here. I appreciate you coming in here and talking. Yeah, you got a good thing going. I like, I've actually thought about getting a hold of you just to, because I'm one of them, right? I power lifted for a lot of years. And then I had surgeries, and I'm like, who the fuck is trying to be able to lift heavy shit for no reason?
Yeah.
And I don't think I know what to do.
Yeah.
I'm not going to go get on the fucking elliptical.
Yep. No.
Necessarily.
No.
I'll go row my kayak, but yeah, it is one of them where I go, oh, I don't need the first time you and I talked, it's like, yeah, I guess some people need it. Then as I thought about it, I'm like, I think maybe I need it.
I'll tell you, everybody
knowing what to do with equipment has not shit to, it makes it easier for you to go do this, and this, but it doesn't mean
Yes.
Yeah.
The vast majority of us need it. It's like having a boss in your life. A lot. It's okay to say that in certain aspects of my life, I'm not a good leader. Like my relationship, to double back there, but you have to be a good follower. If you're not a good leader in that aspect,
you got to pay attention if you're not going to take.
Says.
Yeah.
So
I like it.
There's nothing wrong with saying I don't know what I'm doing, or I don't want to devote the time to put this together. Be my YouTube video, and that's what I am.
Right.
I'm the YouTube video you pull up so that things look a little bit easier when you get there in the morning.
I might actually hit you up and take you up on that because, it kind of goes. Hey, I got 45 minutes. I can go 4 or 5 days a week, but. Then what?
Yes. Yeah.
I just benched yesterday, and that's kind of what I feel like doing today.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Because I don't have a plan.
Because that's what I know. Yeah.
No. But I like what you're doing, and you're living it. Good luck with the relationship situation. That's good. Sober mind, healthy body. That kind of does, pave the way. But I agree. You gotta, you can't just work, right?
Yeah. No, it was easy to do in my 20s, but now I want an actual life.
Well, and I think that's it. Your life fulfillment feels different. You were fulfilled if you kept your members and kept clients and built a little bit. And then you get to a point where now you're experiencing some real life enjoyment, and it's a whole nother ballgame.
Yep.
She might cost more than you make it work, but, it's worth it, right? That's what we work for. No. All right, dude. Well, I appreciate you coming on here, man. And yeah, good luck for all the stuff you got going. Hey, if you guys need a health and fitness coach, look this guy up. If you don't want to go to Planet Fitness anymore, or see, that's the thing though. Planet Fitness is only if you go in and kind of know what you're doing. If you don't know what you're doing, you're just going to stand around.
Yeah. Well, that's actually why we use the app that we use. So and not to keep the conversation going, but we have an app that shows you what to do no matter where you're at.
Oh,
and
even
it's a
better.
Program that where you can just do it. Even at Planet Fitness, if you're comfortable with that.
Well, so my take on it a few years ago, I would be bouncing around. So it'd be like no matter where I was at, it was like, let me end it there. Yeah. Well, you got a good thing going. All right. Well, hey, thanks for joining us on Beyond Business. Till next time, be kind to each other, and we will catch you next trip. Thank you. Okay. So before you close this episode out, let me take one more second to shout out our sponsors one more again. Aerial Elite Solutions specialize in providing high-quality aerial imagery and data collection for a variety of industries, including telecom, real estate, transmission and distribution, construction, agriculture, and more. Whether you need stunning photos to showcase a property, detailed site surveys for your construction projects, or captivating footage for your events, Aerial Elite Solutions has the expertise in cutting-edge technology to deliver exceptional results. If you're ready to take your business to new heights, literally, reach out to Aerial Elite Solutions today. Visit flyaes.com or give them a call at 217-330-7226 and see how they can help transform your projects with their services. Let me introduce you to a game changer in the world of content creation, Opus Clips. Imagine a powerful app that transforms your longer videos into engaging bite-sized reels that not only capture attention, but also promote your brand, your business, or even you. Well, you've seen the Beyond Business reels whenever you're going through with past guests or me, Well, I sure don't do it, and I wish I could take credit for it or had someone that did it, but I drag and drop a video. Opus Clips does everything. It creates the reels, it captions the reels, it cuts the reels, it posts the reels. With Opus Clips, you don't have to be a video editing whiz to create the stunning clips that resonate with your audience. This intuitive app does all the heavy lifting for you, automatically crafting highlights that shine perfect for social media, marketing campaigns, or simply sharing your creative genius with the world. So if you're ready to elevate your content game, scan the QR code right here to unlock the full potential of Opus Clips. Let your creativity flow and watch your engagement soar. What are you waiting on? Scan the link and start creating reels today. Your brand deserves to shine, and Opus Clips is here to help you do just that. Midwest Lightning Rod specializes in creating customized solutions tailored to your specific needs, ensuring your home is safe haven during the storms. Their dedicated team understands the importance of safety and offers free estimates to help you decide the best protection for your property. Don't leave your safety to chance. Reach out to Midwest Lightning Rods today and give yourself peace of mind of knowing that you're well protected. Visit lightningstrikes-weprotect.com or give them a call 217-872-4676 to learn more about how you can become part of the community that has been protected by Midwest Lightning Rods. Thank you again, everybody, for taking the time to stay tuned in this long, for tuning in at all, for joining me for this ride. And thank you for the sponsors for supporting the podcast and helping us bring this content to these wonderful people. Hey, everybody, be kind to each other, and we shall catch you on the next one.
Welcome to Beyond Business, where stories come alive. With guests from every corner, we're ready to dive. New episode every 5 days.